Yes, we are waiting when we will go live. Okay, now we are live, and let's start our virtual breakout session. The topic of today's session is Central Asia as a digital hub of Eurasia. And let me introduce myself. I will moderate this session. My name is Baizhan Kanafin. I'm CEO of Documentolog company. It's a software-based company based in Kazakhstan. And let me welcome our honored speakers. It's Pavel Koktyshev, Deputy Chairman of the Board, Zerde National Infocommunication Holding in Kazakhstan. Bakhtovar Makhmadullozoda, Head of Department of Social Sphere Development, Ministry of Economic Development and Trade of Tajikistan. Welcome, Bakhtovar. Sandjar Saidkhodjaev, Digital Development Specialist, Digital Development Practice, World Bank Online. Aziz Soltobaev, Founder, Kyrgyz Internet Society, co-author of National Program of Digital Transformation of Kyrgyz Republic. Welcome, guys. Nice to meet you and nice to have you here. Let's have our discussion. First, let me ask the representative of our World Bank Institute, Sandjar. Please, could you please explain what's your role and what does World Bank do in Uzbekistan? And then we will continue to other speakers.
Thank you, Baizhan. I'm really delighted to be here to join you digitally today. And I'd like to thank organizers for inviting and giving an opportunity to discuss this important topic. Of course, this pandemic changed a lot of things. Many aspects of our lives have shifted online, and now many people more than ever before are using internet for teleworking, for distance learning, for online shopping, accessing to latest public health information, and staying in touch with friends, families, despite the travel restrictions. And in this regard, of course, just a few examples of this amazing transformation. For example, yesterday, Fencing Federation of Uzbekistan launched an online fencing competition using Zoom platform. Or today, for example, Samarkand online Samarkand half marathon concluded their results and announced winners of the among over 500 runners participated in 16 countries. So this, of course, this resulted in increase of data traffic usage of the internet, and dramatically. And in this context, Uzbekistan is recognizing the importance of digital economy development, of broadband infrastructure development. And this, of course, within the numerous and nationwide economic developments that is happening for the last 4 years. And the government recognizes this importance. This year announced the title of this year is a year of the year is for Uzbekistan includes development of digital economy and the year of development of science, enlightenment, and digital economy. So the government for the last couple of years, and especially this year, has set big targets, and including in telecommunication sector. For example, this year, the government approved the plan for during the next 3 years to spend about $1.5 billion for modernization of the broadband infrastructure. And the development of digital technologies was set as among eight key priority areas, priorities for economic development in post-COVID-19 pandemic. Nevertheless, a lot of things are being done, but still a lot more should be done in this sector. And for example, despite this progress, Uzbekistan still the internet adoption here remains low due to the market constraints affecting affordability, because affordability is one of the weakest indicators, for example, indicated in Inclusive Internet Index 2020. And of course, one of the limiting factor is inadequate competition. It's an outdated legal regulatory framework, and this all impedes investments and drives up prices. So Uzbekistan is considered as one of the lower level mobile penetration countries in whole Asian continent. And the overall contribution of the digital economy is still low. It's 1.88%. So that's why this is one of the target area for World Bank, which in general supports the process of digital transformation in this region. And so one of the big projects is a regional program, Digital CASA. CASA stands for Central Asia and South Asia, which already was launched in Afghanistan and in Kyrgyz Republic, and now under the preparation phase in Uzbekistan and Tajikistan. So the main objective of this regional program is to increase the access to affordable internet connectivity to invite private investments in this sector and strengthen the participating countries' capacity to deliver quality services. And for example, during the preparation phase, we conducted a lot of studies, and as per which we calculate the transformation of telecom sector in Uzbekistan can increase GDP growth by at least 0.8% per annum, and create up to 200,000 innovative new jobs, including for youth, and in next 5 years. So through this project, we are basically planning to, we're targeting in such key areas like digital connectivity improvement, supporting the development of digital platforms, supporting the digital entrepreneurship, increasing digital skills, and of course, startup ecosystem development. Our main implementing agency partner is Ministry of ICT, and of course, but we're also working with many other organizations, including under the Ministry of ICT, like IT Park. So and I mean, in general, this is what the World Bank and the digital through the digital development practice is now planning in Uzbekistan. But of course, we working with the government for a long time. We're supporting through other technical assistance projects, and we already undertook numerous various projects, like supporting in such areas like open data, supporting general data governance, and of course supporting the activities of IT Park. So we are looking forward to continue our collaboration with the government of Uzbekistan and all our partners to launch this project, and of course support the country's digital transformation agenda, and ensure that access to the internet and digital technologies are affordable, reliable, safe, useful, and sustainable. That's it from for this moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandjar. Thank you for your report. Let me ask you one question. Could you please tell us what is the period of realization of the project of World Bank in Uzbekistan? So for how many years you are planning to work on this project?
The current design of the project is includes 5-year period. So as of now, the presentation of this project for the board is planned for at the end of this year. So hopefully, if once it's approved by the bank side and by the government, let's say from next year, 2021, and next 5 years.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sandjar. Let me please then ask the question of Bakhtovar Makhmadullozoda, the head of Department of Social Sphere Development. Bakhtovar, please, could you tell us what is going on in ICT sphere in Tajikistan? It's very interesting to us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Baizhan Kanafin. First of all, I want to thank to organizers for the inviting, for participating in this web forum. Now I want to present it for you presentation, development of the digital economy in the Republic of Tajikistan. It's possible now. Just a moment, please. Economy is the system of cooperation. Everyone knows that traditional economy is analog, a set of relations that are developed in the system of production, distribution, exchange, and consumption. In this case, the use of computers, the internet, mobile phones belong to the sphere of consumptions. The second one is new economy, is digital economy. That represents that part of economic relation that is mediated by new technologies such as the internet, communication, ICT. The digital economy is based on digital business, digital entrepreneurship, digital manufacturing, digital banking, digital public administration, and digital educational resources and networking. Digital business, that is not only new technologies, but also new business models, new ways of interaction between market participants, new forms of competition, new competencies. Digital manufacturing, which differs from automated manufacturing in that it has a uniform data formats throughout the entire product life cycle. Examples are 3D printing, 3D scanning, digital design, and robotics. Digital banking is a digital transformation of banking services and digital educational resources and networking in the digital educational environment. Digital economy in the Republic of Tajikistan. I want to underline that on December 26, 2018, in his address to the Majlis-i-Oli, the President of the Republic of Tajikistan, leader of the nation, Excellency Emomali Rahman, noted that taking into account modern processing, work should be intensified to implement the digital economy and introduce digital technologies and socio-economic spheres. Clause 2nd of the decree of the government of the Republic of Tajikistan on the result of socio-economic development of the Republic of Tajikistan notes that expansion of the digital economy and to develop a draft concept of the digital economy in the Republic of Tajikistan. Now this concept of the digital economy in the Republic of Tajikistan was created in the working group and now digital economy concept of the digital economy has adopted by the government of the Republic of Tajikistan at the end of 2019. Concept of the digital economy in the Republic of Tajikistan. The concept provides for the formation and development of digital economy on the basis of a modern information and communication infrastructure aimed at providing public services in electronic form, increasing the availability as well as stimulating the export of services in the ICT sector, domestic demand of the real sector of the economy, the service sector, the social sphere, public administration for quality information technology services, attracting foreign investment, so increasing export potential, human development, intellectual property, and digital skills. So the main direction of the development of the digital economy are infrastructure formation and use of ICT, electronic government, information security, human capital and digital skills, intellectual property, innovation, and formation of research competencies. Digitalization of social and economic sectors, and the last one is the digitalization private sectors. It was a short information on digital economy in the Republic of Tajikistan. So also development of the concept for forecast. Our development and adoption of the national program for the digital economy for the Republic of Tajikistan. Now by the Ministry of Economic Development and Trade, we are developing this national program, and it will be adopted by the government, I think, at the end of this year, or maybe on October this year. Determination of the state authorities body for the implementation of the digital economy. So I want to underline that now Ministry of Economic Development and Trade now is state authorities body for the implementation of the digital economy. It was adopted by the government of the Republic of Tajikistan in June this year. So and the creation of the Council for the development the digital economy under the government of the Republic of Tajikistan, the working body of which will be the state authorities body for the implementation of the digital economy. So this point we will add it in the program, national program for the digital economy of the Republic of Tajikistan. So thank you very much for your attention. If you have any question, please.
Yes. Thank you very much, Bakhtovar. Let me ask you one quick question. So right now, Tajikistan Republic doesn't have any special agency or any ministry that is responsible for ICT sector, for development of ICT sector. So do you have right now this ministry or some special agency who is responsible for development?
Yes, of course. We have a program information and communication technologies, which every year it is a Ministry of New Technologies of the Republic of Tajikistan.
Yeah. So you have Ministry of New
But
Technology.
yes. But in this year, Ministry of Economic Development and Trade. State body authorities of the digital economy.
Okay, thank you very much, Bakhtovar. Thank you very much for presentation. And let me proceed with the Aziz Soltobaev. So the Kyrgyz Internet Society. So Aziz, please tell us what is going on in Kyrgyz Republic and what's your actually input in the development of ICT sector in Kyrgyz Republic.
Well, thank you very much, Baizhan. Thank you, the distinguished speakers and our audience. So briefly, I'm a founder of Internet Society Kyrgyzstan chapter. It's one of the leading international organizations that promotes internet for everyone and open standards. As well as I'm a founder of the Kyrgyz Public Foundation, which aims to boost the startup ecosystem in Kyrgyz Republic. I've been in this area for the last 5 years, been engaged with different stakeholders in crafting digital and keeping digital agenda on top. And in 2017, Kyrgyz government approved, and Kyrgyz president actually signed national digital transformation strategy that was called CASA-Com, which was inherited, which was actually integrated as a part to the National Sustainable Development Strategy of Kyrgyz Republic from 2018 to 2040, that envisions that in the future, the next 25 years, Kyrgyz, the key sources of employment and economy will be comprised from digital and creative industries. Then later on, in order to implement the strategy, Kyrgyz cabinet had developed a 5-year plan that's called Sanarib Kyrgyzstan 2018-2023, which actually has ambitious goals to bring Kyrgyzstan in some international standards to the top 50 countries. Over the last, I believe that over the last 5 years, Kyrgyz not only government but also civil society and community made tremendous progress into achieving these results. So I believe that, for example, we have, according to international reports, Kyrgyzstan is in top 3 countries with the cheapest mobile broadband connectivity, even though we purchase internet from Kazakhstan. We actually been one of the first countries that we are actually the first country that signed digital CASA project that wants to actually to improve ICT readiness of the country. So by 2020 we have pretty good 4G deployment in Kyrgyzstan with almost 95% coverage of the country. Of populous regions, but at the same time we have problems with the fixed broadband connectivity. That means that we just have less than 30% of the country. However, that's due to geography. We are a mountainous country, and it has the relief of the country has its own kind of impact on the cost structure. So I believe that we have high-tech park that's kind of special legal and tax residence that provides special benefits, preferential benefits for its members. They pay only 5% income tax, but it requires that 80% of the revenue should be generated from overseas, from abroad. And over the last 4 years, residents of high-tech park demonstrate double-digit, I would say double growth, annual double growth actually, which is which is good. But I believe that there's much of the potential, and we are really good in animation industry, animation for video content, and secondly, IT outsourcing services for small and mid businesses and startups, primarily located in the United States, UK, and some Western countries, and as well as Japan. So that's briefly on my side. I would claim that on the digital, why I was actually one of the first people who've been discussing this project in Kyrgyzstan, and why the motivation for joining this initiative was that it would open connectivity. It would connect us the large market of India and the Southeast Asia. In fact, even though they're located in about 2 hours of flight from Kyrgyzstan, the latency rate of internet connectivity is more than 100 in 20 milliseconds compared to Moscow, which is actually in 3 and 5 hours of flight, which is 60 milliseconds. So accomplishment of DCASA would make us, connectivity with Delhi would be about 40 milliseconds, which is important for high volume, high data transactions, financial transactions, and for development of the e-commerce. And this kind of project implementation opened potential for not only Kyrgyzstan but also participating member countries to become transit hub for connecting, for example, China with Middle East through landline. We all know that Central Asia actually landlocked region, and some of our actually countries are double landlocked, just like Uzbekistan, and ICT solutions actually is the way actually to going out from this locked situation, and increase potential of the country, export potential of the country. So potentially there could be kind of some transit projects created for traffic transactions, for financial transactions, as well as building some, as well as allocating some cash service of the international digital platforms in the region, like Facebook, Google, Alibaba, and others, but also having built more kind of serious data centers in the region, in any of the Central Asian countries. Well, it's for, as we all know, primarily all the top 5 actually digital platforms most popular in the region are like Facebook, Google, YouTube, and I don't know, Facebook, WhatsApp, and other things. And most of them actually, the traffic, the data comes actually from the data centers from either Germany or from Hong Kong, the nearest somewhere Singapore, but for the region that is almost like now 100 million population, and there's a potential actually to set up a data center in the region for the benefit of all local stakeholders. That's
Aziz, thank you very much. It was very interesting. But can you please explain us or give us your opinion? What's in your opinion, the awareness and readiness of population in Kyrgyz Republic to internet technologies? How do you deal with the acceptance of your population to use internet and web technologies?
Well, it all depends on the digital literacy and the overall, reach of digital skills. So, well, I would say that even though Kyrgyz government made tremendous progress in making digitalization of government services and providing most of the services online to citizens, and there's actually like dramatic progress over the last 2-3 years. But I'm sure that we could do more compared to, for example, to some solutions of Kazakhstan, or specifically of government of Moscow, and we have something to deal with to make sure that we can provide more services for customers. And in this regard, I see that the population is more ready. We have, in terms of smartphone penetration, I think that more than 80% of the population have smartphones. So it's not bulk phones, but rather like smartphones. 85% of them using Google Android platform, 15% using Apple iOS. In terms of desktop applications, like 95% or 97% use Windows. Well, overall, it's good, especially in towns, but like definitely considering that rural most of the population registered in rural areas, which is like 60%. I believe that the challenge is actually to reach them. That kind of last mile problem to provide access connectivity, affordable connectivity to the last mile. But I think that thanks to pandemic COVID-19, government and all the stakeholders had to solve these issues, and that the technical equipment improved dramatically. More laptops actually used by citizens, by households in the regions. More of smartphones, better connectivity, and I think that there's been actually close collaboration between private sector. We have 3 mobile operators and the government in educating people. So we have about 2 million, 1.5 million school children in Kyrgyzstan, starting in over than 2,300 schools. And they agreed that the mobile operators will provide the free access with zero balance to specific resources, so that they would have a distant learning, opportunities, and not and get all the required skills. So I believe that all of things, the overall level of digital literacy and digital skills and awareness of population improved, and especially thanks to pandemic.
Thank you very much, Aziz. Thank you very much. Let me proceed to Pavel Koktyshev, please. The head of the deputy chairman of the board in Zerde National Infocommunication Holding in Kazakhstan. So, Pavel, welcome. Can you please explain to our guests and to our visitors what's going on in Kazakhstan and what does Zerde do to develop the ICT sector, and what's our perspectives for the future?
Thank you very much, Baizhan, and hello everybody. Yeah, thank you for introduction. As Zerde, the holding company and digital development think tank for the government, yeah, of course, we are collecting a lot of data, a lot of historical background for digital development for Kazakhstan. The digital development is priority number one, and it's have a comprehensive approach for that. Not only our holding company exists, but also we have a specific digital development ministry, and we have the whole range of instruments, like from the public policy perspective, to nurture innovative ecosystems to promote digital development. And of course, we have one of the kind of progressive digital transformational delivery model. So we do have the specialized and especially dedicated vice ministers under major ministries who is in charge of like digital development. So the sign of the very high interest and a very high priority to the digital development. And although I need to mention that the structural document that we have here, it's a Digital Kazakhstan State Program, which is now on the new iteration process. So when we are revising some of previous activities, and of course, like due to the pandemic and many other changes that we've got here, of course, we trying to be as much agile as possible. So it's they're talking about the comprehensive approach. Of course, we should, I believe, divide it by two major groups. First one is a technical approach, and of course, when we thinking about like digital government, e-government platforms, it's nothing new for the whole region. But at the same time, as we follow in the traditional IT and kind of tech-savvy approach, it means that of course, like IT system is not enough. Of course, we have to have the people who understand what's the changes we are promoting and what the role of the management and like the city leadership, country leadership to promote digital development. Of course, at the end of the day, our citizens should benefit from every single aspect of digital development. And it's not only for like IT systems, just for IT systems, right? It should be a re-engineering of these processes. And of course, I'm really proud that the from top down kind of in Kazakhstan, we have this kind of understanding. It's nothing, and of course, my pleasure it's to be also very much involved with local market development, IT market development, startup ecosystem development, because we understand that government, of course, it's a very important. And in such country as Kazakhstan, where the government plays the major role in the economy, so it's up to 70% of national GDP somehow comes from the quasi-governmental or governmental companies. So it means, of course, like digitizing the government, we make the big step forward. But on another hand, of course, we see the trajectory and development of IT sector in Ukraine or Belarus as an example. And these countries with a very limited government, I mean, in terms of like IT development, but very much developed the local IT market. And these kind of IT champions, they play a major role in, I mean, leapfrogging the country from the current stage to the next level. So it means it's not enough to have only the very smart and very lean government. We have to have the strong kind of market, like change agents for the digital transformation. It's, in my personal opinion, it's entrepreneurs, and of course building up the ecosystem, introducing such initiatives as Astana Hub, like already mature technopark that helping early stage startups with education, with a non-financial support, with infrastructure support. We believe that in next few years we can have more entrepreneurs who is kind of covering major government, not only government, but day by day kind of needs of our citizens. So it means the government is pretty much ready to be aside of the proactive stage. So if there is market in place, if there is a competition in place, and of course, like Baizhan, you as a greatest example of such change agents in Kazakhstan, who is promoting like from the scratch the digital transformation in even before it's become sexy, right? So it's and a trendy. Now everybody talking about this, and of course such experienced people and entrepreneurs as Baizhan and as some other IT companies, they driving the digital transformation, the real digital transformation in the country. And of course our goal is just to help these kind of people to ease of doing business, to provide some additional financial support. And of course, we're building the support engine around these kind of entrepreneurs and IT champions. And of course, like, but not forgetting about like bringing new people into the game. So everything is in Kazakhstan, it's focused on the people. So, and you might see that during the COVID, every single person from the government, I mean, from the president's level down to the minister level and the director of departments level, everybody was kind of convinced and like that digital is priority number one. It doesn't need to be like your like core competency or core responsibility, but there is no other option than to be the digital. And talking about I really want to highlight the regional cooperation here. And of course, I really like the topic for our panel, because every country separately does a tremendous job and tremendous development. But at the moment, we have to focus on the regional cooperation, because we have to do not only exchange of the good practices of the government level, because it's quite good, in a quite good shape, but now we should be down from the bottom-up approach. So bringing our entrepreneurs to the neighboring markets and trying to promote the quality of IT market in general. So because I believe that we will be interesting market for foreign investors when we can show the kind of integration success.
Super, Pavel. Thank you very much. You actually anticipated and predicted my question that I wanted to ask to all our participators. So, what do you think, guys? The idea that Pavel actually announced that the Central Asia regions and Central Asia countries has to share and to exchange successful project experience and knowledge between each other in order to be more attractive and more competitive worldwide. So what do you think? Sandjar, what's your opinion, please?
Thank you. Actually, this is what one of the key objectives or target of our regional digital CASA program, which considers, amplifying the impact of the project in many aspects, including this through digital connectivity, including, for example, integrating of data centers, which are planned to be developed under the projects, these participating countries. And of course, including this coalition of IT communities or IT parks, because we all have this high-tech park in Kyrgyz Republic. We have IT park in Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan has IT park.
Yes, and this is Pavel mentioned true. One thing is that going to market and presenting one country, but another thing is that presenting region. This is different. And moreover, under the digital CASA, there is an idea of there is a activity component which considers establishment of so-called excellence IT excellence centers, which will be focused on specific sector or specific direction. For example, for Tajikistan, as far as I know, it's more about fintech, development of technologies in financial sector, and this is one of their biggest strong part. For Kyrgyz Republic, as far as I know, it's more about digital resilience. There is already plans that World Bank working jointly with the government as well as this University of Central Asia, and they already launching or planning to launch this so-called digital resilience training center, which will be supporting this sector. Uzbekistan, for example, is more about data management, data governance. For Kazakhstan, there is not digital CASA, but very another project which in short, and about this smart city, as far as I know, is artificial intelligence. So the under CASA program idea, once this project will be undertaken and integrated, the idea is...
Sandjar, please, sorry, there is not much time left. So overall, World Bank supports the idea that the knowledge and IT experience should be exchanged between countries in order to be more competitive. And what's your... Yeah, thank you very much. Bakhtovar, what's your opinion? So is Tajikistan ready to interest in order to exchange knowledge, experience, maybe, and to get the best practice?
Thank you very much for question. Yes, of course. Now we are developing a national program of the digital economy, and of course we are read all of the another digital economies. For example, in other countries, for example, Russia Federation, yes, Kazakhstan, and in other countries, and of course we are writing this national program, of course, with helping that program which has another country. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Bakhtovar. I think it's very useful because there are some mistakes maybe, or there are some knowledge and experience that each country proceeded, and if you are at the beginning of this way, it will be very useful to know how to avoid maybe some mistakes. So yes, that's right.
Yeah, just small interruption here. So I believe I will be really strict. So we will be the perception of the region will be as a big the market when we show the people our readiness to cooperate. when we're going to have the more examples like WuPay, the startup company from Kazakhstan, fintech company who is opening its branches in Uzbekistan and Tajikistan, and when is like such entrepreneurs as Akmal Paziv from Uzbekistan, who is setting up some businesses in Kazakhstan or in Kyrgyzstan, as Aman Tinti from Kyrgyzstan, who was a pioneer in doing the regional businesses. So it's gonna show the people that we are a real region. So we've done our homework, like building the ecosystem within the countries, and now it's pretty much developing every Central Asian countries. But now it's time to show that we can interact.
Thank you very much, Pavel. Yeah,
entrepreneurs.
Thank you very much, Pavel. I myself truly support this idea. Aziz, what do you think about this topic?
I think that Central Asian stance had dramatically improved in the visibility of the region, improves with the better internet connectivity in the region. Well, specifically it was the rise with dumping of the prices in Uzbekistan. The market tend to be more attractive, and the region overall started to be more attractive actually. In the example of Alyosa, for example, when they entered the Uzbek market, which is like really good example. And from my side, from my knowledge, I know that there are several venture funds and big asset management companies that actually set up regional venture funds that and they're interested actually in investing in the region as a whole, rather than kind of separated to a specific country, which was actually a case a few years ago. That now we see was some positive trends happening already, and I'm sure that each country on its own side should improve regulatory framework and overall reach of the with internet of the population, households, not only kind of with kind of any kind of, but also with high speed internet. So sometimes some kind of countries declare that like they have 100% connectivity, but in fact it's just like 2G or 3G connectivity, which is less than 1 megabit per second, which is already not the case to be competitive in this world. So I believe that when the overall average connectivity in the region would be about like 50, 70 megabits per second of download speed, as well as that in the mobile penetration, cost of mobile broadband plans would be cheaper in some of the other countries. I think that there's going to be a dramatic growth of users of internet and IT services. And with this in mind, the region will be very attractive. And it's on our side actually, in order to improve our legal side, cross-border issues related to data transfer, data storage, and if we're going to tackle these issues, I'm sure that there's going to be the Central Asia would be a sort of new source of bright international startups and kind of like a source of enlightenment of the region.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm very pleased to hear that everyone of us, every speaker, truly support that cooperation of Central Asia IT sector, ICT sector, will make stronger each of us separately. And all together we have common history, we have common language, we have common culture. So it's all together makes cooperation simpler, so we can actually do this. The only thing that if each of us maybe needs to do is to maybe start some initiatives in that direction with the own government, maybe to do some or this kind of sessions, thanks to our organizers, strategist, Eurasian, so that they do this job that maybe will help our countries become more competitive. I'm very grateful. I thank you, every one of you. Thank you for participating in our discussion. I think that we have time and we finished our discussion. Have a good day. Have a good health for this pandemic situation, and stay healthy. Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye.
Thank